My name is Tichawona Mashawa. I'm from a small city called Bulawayo, which is in a country called Zimbabwe. My music journey began from my two older brothers who played music. Two guitars had been donated by the church, and from those two guitars, the whole neighborhood learned pretty much the same songs. Fast forward in my life, I started performing in live, for venues when I was still in my year 10. I was already that good, and they put me to perform in events. A couple of years later into my life, I was invited to play with some of the biggest bands. When I was playing, an Australian film company came called Behemoth Productions, and they were doing a 7-part documentary series. So I was the subject of my hometown initially. And when I played this, which I was a bass guitar player at the time, so I wrote a song called 7 Days in Africa, which was the theme of their travel. And this is the song that won me employment into an Australia media company. And from there on, I get a lot of work. I went basking in Sydney, so I was basking Town Hall, Bondi markets. And from here, the bands see me and they start to invite me into beautiful venues, like Irish Club, RSLs, and starting to tour me interstate. So this is how my music in Australia picked up. The Multicultural Development Association, which is Multicultural Australia today, it's called. So they gave me a lot of opportunities to get into the community, develop myself as an artist and as a musician. So my instrument, the mbira, is an instrument that is used for spiritual purposes in Zimbabwe. It's used in prayer for rains. It's also used to gather people and also to energy. So in Australia, I use the instrument to connect to the land and the people. So I was realizing that even in my community, so many of the youths have committed, some of them have taken their lives. And we look and you say, what are these guys lacking? They are not lacking education, they are not lacking food or basics or anything in their lives. It's just that they are lost. So I teach them cultural music. I give them this music to share so that when they reach that end of the cliff, they have a channel that can go further than just their voices.